Part two, I guess you could say, of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It is going on with Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio, Michael Bullock. Gentlemen, we're not going to waste too much time here. We're just going to dive right on in. Obviously, we got the recap of the King and Queen of the Ring. We're previewing AEW Double or Nothing. That's going down tomorrow. And then a very lively, very interesting Celtic chat to talk about in game three of the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what? I'm just going to say it. The Boston Celtics pulled a freaking Houdini tonight. They had no business winning this game, and some way, somehow, the Boston Celtics won, and now is one win away from going to the NBA Finals. Unbelievable outcome, unbelievable game.
All I can say is, Fletch, I'm gonna need time to recover from this.
Yeah, you're gonna have at least maybe an hour to relax. So we'll see, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Indiana choked. It wasn't that Boston won this game. It's the Pacers choked the game away. That should not have happened. What happened here tonight?
They choked it twice.
Yeah.
In game one and now in game three.
Yeah. So nothing more to say. We'll get into it. Florio and Bullock will get into this. All right. So first, let's start with King and Queen of the Ring. We started off with the pre-show fight. Obviously, we're not going to talk about it. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill putting the WWE Women's Tag Team titles on the line against Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell. Jade and Bianca wins the match in 8 minutes and 5 seconds. All right. Next up, WWE Women's World Title on the line. Liv Morgan versus the champion Becky Lynch. Winner of the bout in 16 minutes and 25 seconds. And new WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. She wins the title. History was made. I'm not calling unprecedented crowning because, look, earlier in the event, earlier before the event even started, Liv was having an interview with Byron Saxton. Then she said, "What the hell are you doing here?" And it was Dominic Mysterio. Dominic said it point blank. "I am here to make sure you do not walk away with mommy's title." Dominic came out, threw a steel chair in the ring, hopped on the apron to cause the distraction. But what was unbeknownst was a holy backfire. Liv grabbed Becky, dropped her with a DDT on that steel chair that Dom introduced. Liv threw the evidence away, hit Oblivion on Becky, and got the 1-2-3 to win the title. The look on Dominic's face was like, oh shoot, I just screwed up royally. Well, or did he screw up royally? I think that's the $1 million question.
Something stinks, Fletch, and I don't like it.
Well, we don't know. Because was that part of the plan? Is that part of everything that's going on? I don't know. Because that's the thing. It makes it look like he's loyal to Rhea. But is he truly loyal to Rhea Ripley? Or did Liv talk some sweet, I guess you could say some sweet something in the ear of Dom? We know they hung out a couple of times in the locker room, unbeknownst. But lately, I think it was last week on Monday Night Raw, she was hanging out with Finn Balor. What does that tell us? All we know is Liv Morgan, the Revenge Tour, is somewhat complete. Not all the way complete, but her Revenge Tour has now taken her to a new evolution. She got Rhea out, injured her. She got what she wanted. She finally beat Becky Lynch and is now the Women's World Champion. If you're a Liv Morgan fan, you're loving this right now. You're having the time of your life. If you're a fan of Rhea Ripley, if you're a fan of Becky Lynch, you're furious right now. You're like, what the F is going on? We got interesting stuff coming up, boys. It's been wild. It's going to get even crazier. Who knows? All right, Anthony Florio, come on in. Liv Morgan did it. She's won the title.
And what was that time of the fall again?
16:25.
All right. The match was about 4 or so, but I'm going to drop it down to 3.5 because of the ending. Dominic Mysterio revealed before today's match that he flew to Jeddah to ensure Liv Morgan did not win the Women's World Championship. It did not go according to plan. Liv Morgan defeated Becky Lynch in a banger of an opener at King and Queen in the Ring, capturing the title previously held by Rhea Ripley and writing the latest chapter in her revenge tour. The chemistry between Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan had been on display in their previous bouts, but this was another level. With the roles reversed and Morgan working as a heel, the match was even better. The near falls were there. The crowd was invested, and the interference by Mysterio was executed in a way that makes him look like a fool on the surface, but also creates questions as to whether something is going on between him and Liv Morgan in the wake of Rhea's injury. It also creates further dissension within the Judgment Day, as evidenced by World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest's post-match tweet. What? From bad to worse, SMH. That's what he said. The entire presentation of the match and its closing angle was excellent. Phenomenal way to kick off this show. Michael Cole and Corey Graves put over Liv Morgan's recent second-place finishes, including the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and that Battle Royale to crown the Women's World Champion, setting the stage for that story to play out. Commentary team has done a far better job of doing that under the new creative regime. Cole said this is her first shot at a singles championship in 2 years. That could have been another story thread utilized during the lead into this match. Liv Morgan, former women's champion, but this felt like the first title match she could realistically win. It's a testament to how badly she was booked during her reign and how strong she has been presented since returning. Becky applied to disarm her, and Morgan countered into the rings of Saturn, only for the man to counter back to her finisher in a cool spot. But the match was technically about 4 to 4 1/4, but I got to bump it down to 3.5 to 3 3/4 because of the finish. But nonetheless, by hook or by crook, Liv Morgan, now the Women's World Champion. And we'll get a little bit more into this, when we get, particularly when it comes to how the Queen of the Ring final played out. But there is a scenario that I dropped on these guys during our messenger chat earlier. So 3.5, 3 3/4. So not much more to say. Phenom, Michael Bullock, come on in. Long time no talk to. We saw each other earlier at another wonderful and delightful group outing as always. But here we are. Liv Morgan, new Women's World Champion by hook or by crook.
Yeah, she's definitely the Women's World Champion by hook or by crook. And like you said, Fletch, I mean, if you're a Rhea Ripley fan or a Becky Lynch fan, you're pissed off at Liv Morgan right now. I mean, guys, I can only imagine what Rhea Ripley must be thinking right now that the woman that put her on the shelf now has her world title. I mean, she probably wants to come back more than ever, not only to getting revenge on her, but taking back the title that she never really lost. So, but like I said, guys, something stinks here, and I don't like it. And like I said, with everything that we've seen, with Dominic following Liv Morgan around, and then, of course, like you said, last week with Finn Balor, with Liv Morgan, I think all signs are pointing to one thing, guys. And I don't know if you'll agree with me on this. I think Liv Morgan is going to be joining the Judgment Day. And I think, and I'm sorry to say this, I think Mommy's getting kicked to the curb. So we'll see how everything plays out. But 3.5 stars, like you said, and I'm with you. I was going to give it 4, but the ending did take away from it a little bit. But like you said, by hook or by crook, she's the women's world champion, whether we like it or not. And to the Rhea and Becky fans, they'll probably say, we don't like it one damn bit. But for the Liv Morgan fans, and especially one in particular, guys that we're all friends with, and that's one Mr. Ryan Avedisian, he's probably like, hey, I don't care. As long as my girl wins the title, that's the only thing that matters to me. So 3.5 stars. Let's move on, Fletch.
Yep. So we'll see. All right. Next up, we had was the WWE, the Intercontinental Heavyweight title on the line in a triple threat. It was Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. Sami Zayn successfully defends the title in 13 minutes and 40 seconds. Miscommunication as Otis clotheslines Chad Gable. Sami goes back into the ring. Haluva kick on Bronson Reed to win and keep the title. Anthony Floyo, 13-40. The champion remains the champion.
Another 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. I'll tell you what. I mean, as we started off here, beloved by the fans in Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn successfully retained the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, defeating Chad Gable and Big Bronson Reed in a triple threat match, but not without controversy. Late in the bout, Gable berated Otis for not attacking Zayn on his orders. The big man fired up and attempted to clothesline the champion, only to accidentally level his coach and cost him the match. The action preceding that moment was strong, with some great three-way spots, including a jaw-dropping tope suicida from Bronson Reed. Yeah, you heard me right. Bronson Reed did a tope suicida during this match. That made MF lose his mind, if you heard it. Sami Zayn stayed in the battle, and when the time came, he rocked the largest competitor in the match with his trademark Haluva kick. Who steps up to Sami Zayn next bears watching, but just as intriguing is what happens next with the Alpha Academy. The "You suck" chants for Gable are enormous. That chant used to be reserved for another U.S. Olympian, Michael Cole said, referencing WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. Sami Zayn remains among the most popular superstars in Saudi Arabia. At one point, the crowd turned on their cell phone cameras and waved them as he unloaded rights on Gable. Gable appeared to suffer a potentially serious ankle shin injury after Reed caught Zayn mid-flight and drove him onto the other challenger's lower extremities. He returned to the ring with a picture-perfect moonsault to the monster heel for a close 2 count in a nice spot. The champion delivered a blue thunder bomb on Bronson Reed, prompting Corey Graves to say, "I just saw it with my very own eyes and I still don't believe it." And then Gable delivered a double-stacked German suplex to both opponents in an extraordinary spot. 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. Would have loved to have seen more, but it is what it is. But Sami Zayn retains the title. He pins Bronson Reed, so he did not pin Chad Gable. So who knows? Maybe Gable could use that as ammunition for possibly another shot at Sami in a one-on-one match. So fantastic triple threat. So 3.5, 3 3/4 of a star for me. So Michael Bullock, Sami Zayn, still the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. The 3 standout moments. Sami with the blue thunder bomb on Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed doing a tope suicida. But the biggest standout, Otis accidentally nailing Chad Gable and costing him the match.
Or did he do it by accident? That's the big question, because you could see Otis was continuing to fight it every single time. I think that's going to be the question. I mean, did Otis really hit him by accident, or did he do it on purpose? We don't know.
I say this one kind of looked accidental to me.
Yeah, I'm with Florio. I think this was like a miscommunicata.
Yeah, but do you really think Chad Gable is going to believe it? I don't. He's probably not going to buy it.
No, he probably thinks that he singly deliberately cost them the Intercontinental title. So no, I don't think so.
Yeah. So, and I really think at some point Otis is going to wake up and or as Adam Copeland, aka Edge, would say, "Wake up!" and finally say, "You know what? I'm not going to take any more of your verbiage. I'm not going to take any more of your bullying, not just with me, but with Akira Tozawa and especially Maxine Dupree." And I think the three of them are going to be done with Gable. And then eventually, I think that's where, as you would say, Anthony Florio, that's when the Creed brothers are going to become the new members of the Alpha Academy. So we'll see how it all plays out. But 3.5, 3 3/4. So, yep, the champ. And the fact is that, I mean, Chad Gable never got pinned, so that's why I think he's going to get another shot. So we'll see how it all plays out. So it's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I do believe that that's probably going to be the play. 3.5 stars, solid matchup, and look, it was right for Sami Zayn to win. It was right for him to keep the title. It's right for him right now to hold on to the title a little while longer. I think a lot of people like it because he's over. Like you guys said, he is one of the most over guys in WWE. So there's really nothing more for us to say there. So we're just going to move on along. Next up we had was the women's Queen of the Ring final. It was Nia Jax going one-on-one versus Lara Valkyria, winner of the bout, in 9 minutes and 40 seconds, and the second ever Queen of the Ring, and now the woman that will get a shot at her respective brand's title at SummerSlam. All hail Queen Nia Jax. She wins it all.
I believe I had this one.
9 minutes and 40 seconds. Michael Bullock. Nia wins. SmackDown wins. And more importantly, Nia Jax now gets the golden opportunity. She gets to fight for, right now the current champion is Bayley. She gets to go after her at SummerSlam for the WWE Women's title.
But the question is, will Bayley still be the champion by the time we get to SummerSlam?
Yeah, good question. Very good question.
Yeah, because we still got about, I'm trying to think of.
We got 70 days, guys. 70 days.
Yeah, we still got about another 70 days before we get to SummerSlam. So there's no guarantee that Bayley will be the champion by the time we get to SummerSlam. So, yeah, I mean, even though I did have this, but the thing is, when Liv Morgan won the title, I mean, all of a sudden I'm thinking, okay, I think this is Lyra's to win. But no, they actually did go with Nia Jax here. So I'm going to give this about maybe 3 stars here. And you got to give Lyra Valkyria credit. She did everything she could to, I mean, she fought with her heart, boys. I mean, she did everything she could, but she could not overcome the power of Nia Jax. And that, I don't know if you want to call it a super annihilation. That was her finisher. I mean, my goodness. As soon as she hit that, I was channeling my inner Gorilla Monsoon and say, forget about it. All hail Queen Nia Jax. So now she gets a shot at the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. So now, and like I said, right now it's Bayley, but there are no guarantees that she's going to be champion by the time we get to SummerSlam. I mean, well, it still could be, but like Floyd said,
we got money in the bank you got to worry about. There's a lot of other competition. There's a lot of other contenders.
And don't forget Clash at the Castle too.
Clash at the Castle. So yeah,
we still got a couple more pay-per-views before we get to SummerSlam.
There's some major roadblocks and there's some potholes there for Bayley that she's gonna have to navigate through before she runs into the irresistible force. But if you're Nia Jax, you're sitting in the catbird seat. You're guaranteed a title shot. You got this is like winning the Royal Rumble and you're guaranteed a title fight at WrestleMania. This is exactly what Nia has just won. This is the equivalent of the Rumble. And she now gets the golden ticket. Even though it's SummerSlam, it's not WrestleMania, but it's just as big and massive as going to WrestleMania. This is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. And she gets to be a part of it.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's a huge opportunity for her, even though I'm going to say it, Fletch, she's still got a lot of haters out there, especially yours truly and Anthony Florio, because, I mean, let's face it, she's not the kindest person you want to be around. I mean, and plus she hurts women. So that's just how I personally feel. But like I said, we'll see what happens as when we get to SummerSlam, who the women's champion will be. So now, I mean, Fletch, as I pass it to you, 3 stars, like I said, is my rating.
Yeah.
What's next for Lyra? I mean, we all thought for sure when Liv Morgan won the title, we're thinking it's Lyra's to win. But if you have anything you want to shed on us,
I don't think I think Lyra's now going to have to wait. Look, we thought that they were gonna super rocket her all the way to the top, and apparently that's not happening now. Maybe it was too soon, too fast for Lyra Valkyria. Now she's amazing. She is incredible. I think this is one of those where I don't want to say this has come down to reality because she's still at the top of the game. Hey, there's nothing to sneeze at. You were in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. That makes you at least relevant in my eyes. That'll make you relevant in Anthony Florio's eyes. But then again, anything Lyra Valkyria has done, he's been very, very high on her. So nothing bad there. Now, obviously, there's going to be the resentment. There's going to be the heartbreak because Lyra came in here thinking, oh my God, I could become Queen of the Ring and really become a big star. You're already a star, sweetheart. You've done everything you could do. You know, tonight, you just ran into a buzzsaw named Nia Jax. And the thing was, Nia was determined to win this crown. She wanted it. She manifested it, if you think about it. She manifested it about a couple of weeks ago that she was going to win the Queen of the Ring. And now she got it. She got to wear the crown. She got the hand raised by Triple H. And now he got the golden ticket to SummerSlam. To me, it was very well done. Now, I know a lot of people are you know, Anthony Florio, Michael Bullock, and there's quite a lot of the people that are naysayers for Nia Jax. I get it. But if you really think about it, she is gotten so much better in the ring. She is a lot more careful. She is not as clumsy. She's not as, looking to hurt people now. She's doing the job that she is supposed to be doing. And she's taking it more serious. That's why I'm actually praising Nia Jax here. And I know going into that tournament, if you looked at the way the bracket was set it up, deep down inside, there was no way she was supposed to win this. But she played the cards right. Obviously Triple H and the boys must have saw something in Nia and say, you know what? We're going to give you this moment. You're going to win Queen of the Ring. And guess what? She did. Now, there's some people saying, "Oh, it's because of The Rock," because she's cousins with The Rock. They probably pushed that TKO narrative because The Rock's on the freaking board, so they gave her the crown. No. Let's stop that garbage right now. Nia actually deserves it. She worked for it. She's gotten better in the ring. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people's been saying this year has been her personal best in the ring. And you guys can't deny that. Not you, Florio, not you, Michael Bullock. You have to admit it. She has gotten so much better in the ring, professionally, business-wise. That's why I think WWE gave her the crown, because of the hard work that she had to go through to get to where she is today. And now they've given her the ball and giving her the golden opportunity. She gets to fight for the women's title at SummerSlam, the biggest night of the summer, the second biggest pay-per-view event of the year. Dude, that is a huge accomplishment for Nia Jax, and I wish her nothing but the best. So yeah, this was a 3-star bout. Anthony Florio, all hail the queen. Nia Jax, winner of the Queen of the Ring tournament.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed, because I am. Lyra Valkyria's monumental rise through the ranks in WWE ended in disappointment today as Nia Jax defeated her to become Queen of the Ring. The former NXT Women's Champion shined, throwing everything she had at her bigger and stronger opponent. Unfortunately, it was her determination that failed her. During a sunset flip powerbomb off the ropes, Valkyria failed to muster the power she needed to bring Jax to the mat. Instead, the irresistible force dropped straight down, delivering what Corey Graves called the gnarliest annihilator for the pinfall victory. The match was good, with a solid David versus Goliath story at play. Valkyria looked great as always. Nia dominated and sold when necessary, and the result was an easy-to-follow story. The win sets Nia Jax up as the next challenger, as of now, for Bayley and the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam. She has put in the work and will be a great foe for the role model on one of the company's grandest stages should this hold up. For Valkyria, this was but the first of many premium live event appearances. She will continue to thrive and has been a priority for the creative team. A loss like this, where she easily could have upset Nia had it not been for her overzealousness, does nothing to hurt that. Expect great things from both women in the weeks and months to come. The WWE production team presented Lyra Valkyria as a star during her entrance. Extraordinary stuff that will only further help fans accept her as a star. The Valkyrie frustrated Jax early on, countering everything she threw at her until the heels' power game took over. But yeah, and remember, I said I had a theory. I had a theory as to why they went with this. It took a while for the light bulb to go off, but the light bulb finally did go off. And my thinking is, I think we're going to see when it comes to the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam, I think it could be Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I would not at all be surprised if somehow, some way, Rhea Ripley gets medically cleared by SummerSlam, and then we.
But that all depends, Florio, on how quickly she can recover from this injury.
Of course,
because it was estimated at 5 months, and when you go back to it, it happened in April, and if you do the 5 months, it goes past SummerSlam.
But the thing is that from what I've been hearing, it wasn't as severe as they first thought. The projection is 5 months. So yes, you're right, Michael Bullock. But from what I've been hearing is she's progressively very good, that there is a chance, there is a shot that she could be back by SummerSlam, or even before SummerSlam, she could be back. So
only time will tell.
Yeah, so right now she's progressing that she could be back by SummerSlam, which is why Anthony Florio's theory actually does hold some water here and hold some credence. So that's why we're definitely thinking that that's probably why that happened. Because if Rio is supposed to be out longer than that, maybe we do see Lara winning it all and getting the shot. But I do believe that I do believe, Anthony, I think your theory is coming more to fruition than anything else.
Okay, so this is about 3 for the effort here. I would say by default, this was the worst fight of the night, even though there was nothing remotely bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. You could say it was a too fast, too soon thing for Lyra, but she's got a lot of life left in her. I mean, who would have thought? A month and change ago, she was scratching and clawing her way through the ranks of NXT. Gets surprisingly drafted to Monday Night Raw. Nobody was happier about that than I was, and now, who would have thunk? After a month or so removed from NXT, who would have thought she'd be in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament? And now, she's on her way to bigger and better things, I believe. And soon enough, she'll get her moment in the sun. We just don't know when that will be. But she is a future women's world champion, no question. So, and as for Nia and Bayley, well, that doesn't exactly scream SummerSlam match. They do have history, but who is to say that Bayley will be the WWE Women's Champion? We got 70 days until SummerSlam, guys. So
yep,
a lot can change within those 70 days.
I mean,
you never know. Bayley could still be.
I mean, the Money in the Bank is also a very pivotal thing that you're gonna have, because that could be the difference maker, because whoever has the Money in the Bank could cash in that night. They could cash in prior to it. So Nia Jax could be facing a different opponent going into SummerSlam. It's very possible. We just don't know who it's going to be, though. Or does Bayley go all the way and do face off with Nia for the title? So I mean, yeah, there's a lot riding on it, but it's gonna come down to next month with Money in the Bank.
But we still have Clash at the Castle first.
Yeah, well.
And then we get that, I believe, is in 6 weeks, I believe.
Yeah. So
5 or 6 weeks, but
we'll see.
But nonetheless, I will, as the man of good faith, I will tip my hat and I will congratulate Nia Jax on her win. She won it fair and square. I will give her that. Even though I'm not happy with the outcome, I really wanted Lyra to get it, but and bring it home for Raw. But it is what it is. So score 1 for SmackDown, MF. I'll give you folks your due. So with that, we go from the Queen of the Ring to the King of the Ring, and all I can say, gentlemen, is dream match, anyone?
And it certainly was the King of the Ring final. It was Gunther going one-on-one with Randy Orton, winner of the bout, in 21 minutes and 50 seconds. And the new King of the Ring, the man that gets the fight for the respective title at SummerSlam, La Ring General, Gunther. But it comes with controversy. Gunther rolled up a crucifix pin on Randy Orton, shoulder clearly up on the Viper. The referee counted down 1, 2, 3. Myself, Michael Bullock, Anthony Florio, Dee Woodson, we all were yelling, foul! Wait a minute, no, this should not count. This should not count. But it was held. Triple H came out after the match and said, unfortunately, the referee decision is final. Gunther wins the King of the Ring. He has the crown. He gets the title, the title opportunity. However, he did open the door saying if Randy is healthy enough and if Gunther wants to do it, we can run this back and get a rematch for the crown and the opportunity, but it must be agreed upon by both men more than anything else. I think Orton will definitely want another shot at this because Randy had him. He hit him with that RKO. I started freaking out in a damn near 5-star classic. It was 4 3/4. I can't give it the 5 because of the BS finish that we saw. So Gunther wins King of the Ring. Many people had him predicted at the very beginning that he was going to win it all. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, all right, probably Gunther wins the tournament. He gets the opportunity. He's going to win a King of the Ring. The caveat got thrown in when we found out that they said that the winner gets a title shot. Instantly, I thought that all of a sudden, this should have been Randy's moment. That Randy should win. He gets to face off with Cody Rhodes, and that would be the perfect main event for SummerSlam. Now, Gunther wins. He gets the shot at the title, at the World's Heavyweight Championship. He now has to wait for the winner. And this was also officially announced earlier today. Anthony Floyo confirmed this, guys, because of Triple H. It will be at Clash at the Castle, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the Heavyweight Championship of the world. Drew is going to win that title at Clash at the Castle. That will now open the door for Gunther versus Drew, possibly at SummerSlam. Now, there is one little added caveat, some Second City savior named CM Punk that could nuke this whole thing in my mind. That's why I wanted Randy Orton to win this, because I thought that was the surefire bet. And obviously, by our great fan here leaving the comment, I cannot disagree that the King of the Ring final should have been the main event. I think you're absolutely right, my friend, because what we saw here tonight, other than the finale, other than the close of the fight, that was main event worthy for a King of the Ring here tonight, no doubt. So whatever the case may be, whatever I may feel about it personally, it was 4 3/4 of a star. Obviously, how Anthony was upset and disappointed that Lara didn't win it, I'm upset and disappointed that Randy Orton did not win King of the Ring. I was very dejected when this happened, even though in the back of my mind, I should have known this was probably going to happen, that Gunther was going to win it. But the thing was, when Triple H made that announcement on Thursday that the winner of the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring would get to fight for their respective brands' titles, I was thinking, oh my God, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, what if we get that match at SummerSlam? That would be a banger. What if? But, like I said, Triple H has mentioned it, and Anthony, you know about this because he mentioned it after, that he would not mind seeing them run this back one more time. So, Gunther, enjoy the crown while you have it right now, sir, because something tells me Nick Aldis is going to lodge a formal complaint to WWE Brass saying that his guy deserves another shot at the title. So we'll see. So nothing more to say. Anthony Floyo, it is all yours.
It's not often I say this, but I know I should be happy about this, but I'm not. The only reason I'm not, it was not fair and square. Don't get me wrong. I'm a competitive guy. You guys know this. But there's only one way I want to win. honestly, and with the utmost integrity. So I can't enjoy this win tonight. I mean, normally I'd be rubbing it in MF's face. I'd be rubbing his nose in it saying, ha ha, Raw wins, Raw wins. Did he really, though? He did not. The shoulder, I didn't see it at first. Dee Woodson pointed it out. It was Dee Woodson who observed it. She's the one who brought it to our attention. And then when I saw the photo, I'm like, oh God, she's right. The shoulder was up. So, in the immortal words of the late great President Jack Tunney, Triple H said that the referee's decision is final. And because of that, it cannot be challenged. So Gunther technically wins, but yeah, I cannot enjoy this. I cannot, and I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not an MF. I'm going to give you a pass on this one because of the controversy. Had he won it fair and square, oh, believe you me, I would have rubbed your nose in it. I would have gone full Jesse on you, no doubt about it. But I can't. I can't hear. It was a clean sweep for the heels today in Jeddah as Gunther won the quote unquote won the King of the Ring tournament, out wrestling and capitalizing on the battered body of Randy Orton to earn the win and capture the crown. A grueling physical match saw both competitors beat the life out of each other, punishing one another in pursuit of the King of the Ring crown and a shot at their respective brands' world title at SummerSlam. Randy Orton did some of the best selling of his career, putting over the injured back and bad knee that had been established before the bout, weaknesses that the Reign General exploited. The back prevented him from following up one RKO, while the bad knee kept him from putting proper weight on the pinfall after a second. This allowed Gunther to grab hold of him, execute a crucifix roll-up, and score the win. Orton's shoulder was clearly up during the pinfall attempt, but outside of a brief mention by Corey Graves on commentary, it was not mentioned beyond that. It could and should play into a storyline moving forward, or could be dropped completely. I hope it's not. Regardless, this was the banger match everyone hoped it would be, between two guys with a penchant for paying attention to the little things. Gunther looked great. Orton reminded everyone that he is still one of the best workers of all time, and the match wrapped up a strong tournament with credibility. Gunther will now challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Conversely, Triple H revealed backstage moments later that Damian Priest will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre at the next pay-per-view, Clash at the Castle, on June 15th at the OSO in Scotland. Assuming Drew takes the gold in Glasgow next month, we have seen battles between him and Gunther before. Will WWE roll into one of the biggest shows of the year with a heel versus heel title bout? The atmosphere was electric from the start and only amplified with the stare down at the opening bell. Gunther straight up chopped the Viper right off his feet at one point. Orton delivered an RKO from out of nowhere, but his battered body prevented him from pinning his opponent. When he finally moved toward the Reign General, Gunther wisely rolled out of the ring. The call from Cole and Graves for this match is an instant classic. This was as good as they have ever been as a tandem. It's actually 4.5 stars for me, and I'll go as far as to call this the fight of the night. That's how great this was. And normally I would be happy about Raw winning, but in this case I can't enjoy it because it was not a fair, honest victory, not a decisive victory. I hate to say it, but it's a hollow victory. And if you think for 1 minute I'm going to take a hollow victory, I'm not going to take a hollow victory. So MF, for this one time only, you're getting a pass. Next time, I may not be so nice about it, but it is what it is. 4.5 stars, fight of the night, absolutely. So, not much more to say. Michael Bullock, Gunther technically wins. The referee's decision is final. It cannot be challenged. But me being the man of good faith that I am, I hope and pray that they do run this back. And if they do run it back, hopefully we'll get a clean winner. And whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, Fletch and Florio, I mean, you talk about Triple H and Randy Orton wanting to run it back, but the only question is, will Gunther want to run it back? because if he sticks with his heel mode, he'll probably be like, no, if the referee didn't see it, then he didn't see it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm the winner whether people like it or not. You had your chance, Orton, and you blew it. So no, you get no rematch. But technically, like I said, with the Fletch and Florio and myself, I think they should run it back. Because if Gunther is truly the the man that he is, and if he really wants to get rid of that asterisk, he should put it on the line and and basically win it fair and square. So that's all I got to say on that. So 4.5 stars. It is the fight of the night. I can't give it 5 because, like you said, because of the controversial finish there. So yeah, there's really nothing more for me to say except we'll have to keep an eye on this whole situation. So with that being said, Fletch, it's main event time.
It is indeed main event time for the undisputed WWE Championship. The champion Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. Winner of the bout in 24 minutes and 16 seconds. And still the WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
4.25, 4.5. United States champion Logan Paul did everything he could to try to take the undisputed WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes, including breaking out his brass knuckles on 2 separate occasions, but the American Nightmare would not be denied. Cody overcame an attack to his ribs with the weapon and a late low blow to stay in the match. Saudi Arabian actor and comedian Ibrahim Al-Hajjaj, who was the special guest ring announcer for the match, prevented Logan from using the brass knuckles one last time, and the distraction allowed the champ to deliver the 3 consecutive crossroads, just like he did to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and retain the title. The match only further solidified Logan Paul as one of the best big match performers in WWE despite his inexperience, while providing Cody Rhodes with another successful title defense early in his run. This was a great main event that had the fans buying into the idea that Paul might actually win the title, a testament to the work of both men involved and the story they laid out. While it did not happen Saturday, the YouTuber winning the WWE title should not be counted out. There are wrestlers on television every week who do not do the little things that he has already mastered. Working with Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio, The Miz, Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and now Cody Rhodes certainly has not hurt him. With a personality that demands fan investment, Paul is champion material. The crowd in Jeddah exceeded all expectations, bringing incredible energy throughout the show. Not quite as great as France, but still good though. Cody dropped down to punch up at Logan, but the challenger blocked him and proved he has been studying the champ. After ramming Cody into the ring steps, Paul focused on his opponent's midsection, even breaking out an octopus submission. Cole correctly attributed the move to Antonio Inoki, to which Corey Graves responded, made more famous by Logan Paul. Cole followed with "That will make some people angry." While Rhodes was preoccupied with one of the challenger's lackeys at ringside, business manager Jeff handed Logan Paul a pair of brass knucks, which the heel used on the injured ribs of the champ. And Paul delivered another viral high spot, delivering a frog splash from the top rope and driving Cody through the commentary table. And most notably, Michael Cole and Logan Paul had a little bit of a shouting match, at which one point Corey Graves had to restrain Logan Paul because he obviously did not want Logan Paul to get anywhere at Michael Cole. And very intense, because it was he who said, "I'm not going to use my brass knucks. I'm going to win fair and square." Liar. Lying through your damn teeth there, son. So, but this just goes to prove that at the end, cheaters never win. So that's all there is to it. So 4.25, 4.5, second best fight of the night. Right outcome, no doubt about it. So not much more to say about it. Michael Bullock, question here now is, who's next for the American Nightmare?
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and find out when it comes to that. What did you give it, Florio?
4.25, 4.5.
Yeah, no, I'll give this about 4.25, 4.5. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I thought this. I mean, this was really good. A good main event here, and yeah, I mean, after Logan Paul originally said that he wasn't going to wear the brass. He was going to use the brass knucks. He was going to win it fair and square. But come on, guys, did you really think he was going to do that? I mean, Florio, did you really think he was going to do that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, and come on, Fletch. I mean, did you really think he was going to hold true to his word? Yeah, he really wasn't going to hold true to his word, and like you said, Florio, cheaters never win, and that's what happens there, Logan Paul. I mean, yes, as talented as a wrestler as you are, he still tries to find cheap ways to try to get a victory. But in this case, it backfired on him. So yes, the champ stays the champ as expected. So nothing more to say. Fletch, your thoughts on this? And Logan Paul thought he could get away with one with the brass knucks, but like the
It
old saying
backfired.
goes, cheaters never win.
Yep, it backfired on him. And the thing was, I actually had something in mind uh, that it was definitely not going to be PG, and I definitely was going to rail that at Michael Cole. And it was going to be something that was. It's a good thing I'm not going to say it here because it probably would have gotten me in trouble. Like that's how bad my comments would have been. So it would have been like, like something about Cole saying, and I'm like, you know what, Michael Cole, bleep you or something like that. Like I said, expletive, somewhere where it definitely would have gotten me on the edge. I'll say that. And then I would have turned around and say, this is for the flipping WWE Championship. You win it at all costs. Anything you want, you win the title any way you can get it. And if that means to use the pair of brass knuckles, then so freaking be it. So it would have been something like that. But the comment I would have made about Michael Cole would have been very, 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 like I said, borderline where I would have gotten myself in trouble. I'm just saying. It would have been right on. I would have been right on the edge. But at the end of the day, Cody wins. That's the moral of the story, folks. Cody successfully defended the title, digging down deep, earning the opportunity, and successfully defending the title. That's the moral of the story. Cody now moves on to his next challenger, whoever that may be, and now he gets to. We'll wait and see how that plays out. But my goodness, what a way to close this King and Queen of the Ring event from Saudi Arabia. They did a really good job with this one, guys. So we don't need to go to overall reviews. We're just going to dive right into the next bit of event that we're going to talk about, and that is the AEW Double or Nothing that's going down tomorrow night from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Vegas. And we got two pre-show fights. Deonna Purrazzo going one-on-one with Thunder Rosa. And in a trios match, it is the Cage of Agony, Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony versus The Acclaim and Billy Gunn. All right, main card. First off, for the TNT title, in a barbed wire steel cage, the champion Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black. If Malachi Black wins, then Adam Copeland must join the House of Black. If Adam Copeland wins, then the members of the House of Black joins, I guess you could say, the New Brew 2.0. Going into this, I think we all were saying it. Malachi gets the belt. Now that we got this thing about the factions now on the line, I'm a little concerned. And yeah, there's been rumors around about Malachi might be leaving soon back to WWE. I've heard those rumors, but I kind of feel like, look, they haven't utilized the House of Black correctly. Maybe this might be the moment where they could. Winner and new TNT champion, Malachi Black. Anthony, it's yours.
We haven't seen anything like this since the No Way Out pay-per-view in 2005 when Big Show and JBL battled for the WWE Championship. Man, I would not at all be surprised if Malachi Black was to win the title. And I got to be honest, this is a very tough match to call. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to go with my gut on this one. Winner and new TNT champion, Malachi Black. But all I know is this is going to be a banger of a match. And they've already released some photos and videos of the barbed wire steel cage. And it is scary. Let me tell you that right now. So, new champion, Malachi Black. Michael Bullock, go.
Yeah, I'm going to make it unanimous here. Winner and new TNT champion, Malachi Black. Yeah, there's really nothing more to add on to it. So, next match, Fletch.
For the AEW International Championship, Roderick Strong going one-on-one with Will Ospreay. Anthony.
This is a prime example of a possible match of the year candidate on this card. Will Ospreay is on unreal form right now, and the crowd is treating him like he is the second coming of Christ. Strong has had a quietly solid 365 days and has always performed in-ring. This has, in my opinion, the highest ceiling of any match on the card. Winner and new AEW International Champion, it is Will Ospreay. So, not much more to say. Michael Bullock, who you got, bruv?
I'll tell you who I got, bruv, is going to be Will Ospreay coming out of this as your new AEW International Champion. I mean, there's really nothing more for me to say on this. I mean, Fletch, it is yours. Are we going to make it unanimous?
I'm making it unanimous. Will Ospreay should win the International Championship, and I think he will win the International Championship, so there's nothing more to say. Next up that we will have is a grudge match. One-on-one. Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. Michael Bullock, it is yours.
Yeah, obviously we saw the last time when these two met. It was obviously Orange Cassidy got the best of him, but in the end, of course, it was Trent Beretta who stood tall after he literally beat down Orange Cassidy. So I think because of what happened last time, I think they're gonna win. They're gonna give Trent Beretta the win back, and then it's gonna be 1-1. And I think they're gonna run it back one more time. I got this funny feeling with it. So I think in order for that to happen, this is where Trent Beretta's gonna go over here. So I got Trent Beretta winning. It's yours, Fletch.
I want to disagree with the call, and I truly do, but I kind of feel like this is gonna go one more round. So yeah, I hate to say this, but I totally agree. I think Trent Beretta is gonna win it. Even though I feel like Orange Cassidy, because you see how the closeness he's starting to get with the Don Callis faction, and that's really starting to bother me a little bit. But unless Don Callis turns on Orange Cassidy and signs Trent Beretta to the Don Callis family, that's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know. I think Don Callis is going to be a wild card here. I think he might get involved here, and I think that's going to help Trent win this. So, Anthony, it's yours.
Orange Cassidy beat Beretta in their previous bout. Unless Tony Khan plans on just having Orange win again and put this feud to bed, Trent pretty much has to win. Considering the Don Callis family element of it, I'm more inclined to believe he'll get involved and cost Orange the match, leading to Beretta joining Don Callis' family to make up for Powerhouse Hobbs being out and Will Ospreay not really fitting that group anymore. This feud will mostly continue on Dynamite, but we could see a tag match at Forbidden Door with Cassidy and insert name against Trent and insert name to incorporate some CMLL and New Japan talent next month. So I'm going with Trent Beretta to win this match as well. So let's go on to the next match.
All right, it's a trios match for the unified trios world title. That's right, it is gonna be the Bang Bang Gang, Jay White and the Guns against the Death Triangle, the Bastard Pac, Rey Fenix, and Penta El Zero Miedo. Look, as much as I would love to see Death Triangle win it all, I just don't see it, guys. I don't see it here. This is a reluctant. This is going to leave me a little angry about it, but I think the Bang Bang Gang is going to get the job done, and I think the Bang Bang Gang is going to knock off, is going to win this. So nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, I got Jay White, I got the Guns, and man, did that just annoy the daylights out of me just now.
Death Triangle is a great trio to challenge for these titles. It's a shame there's absolutely no chance they will win them. These belts were just unified. To go straight to new champions after that would be extremely shocking. But the match itself should be fun, even if it ends up being one of the more forgettable matches that falls into that category of AEW has too many similar matches on too big of a pay-per-view, and they can't all stand out. That tends to happen for every event. I'm sure in the bubble, the match will be great, but winners and still unified World Trios champions, it is the Bang Bang Gang. So, Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to make it unanimous. Winners and still unified trios champions, the Bang Bang Gang, Jay White, and the Guns. Even though I can't stand Jay White either, he's a pretty boy hair gel wearing douchebag, and the Guns. Oh, don't get me started with those two. I mean, they're nothing more than a bunch of pretty boys that think that they're going to be on the cover of every magazine. I mean, give me a freaking break on it. It's yours, Fletch, please.
All right. It is next up. We do have is a triple threat for the FTW rules match for the FTW title, as it is Shibata, Hook, and the Learning Tree. Chris Jericho, Anthony Florio. It is yours.
All right. I think I'm going to go with Jericho here. Hook and Shibata will have their uneasy alliance tested. It'll get in the way of either of them succeeding, and Jericho's wisdom will triumph. He'll retain by exploiting this, and he'll come back around to Hook or someone else, needing one more chance in a singles bout to beat him. This has potential, though, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But winner and still FTW champion, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, to win it, and let's not forget another factor in this match, and that's Big Bill. You know he's going to have a say in this. I mean, I know for sure. So Chris Jericho wins. So it's yours, Fletch.
Jericho wins. Nothing more to say. All right. Next up, this is an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match. Konosuke Takeshita versus the reigning, defending IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley. This is non-title, guys. However, if Takeshita wins the match, he will get a future title fight against Moxley, and this rematch will be for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship of the world. So, Michael Bullock, you lead off.
Yeah, there's a lot that can come out of this, but I gotta go with Konosuke Takeshita to win this, and I think he will get that. The next time he faces him will be for that title, but I think there's going to be some shenanigans here. I mean, I hate to say it. So, Konosuke wins. It's yours, Fletch.
Don Callis faction should probably get involved in this one. I'm not going to be surprised if they do. There definitely will be some shenanigans here. It would be great for the fans in Japan to see Takeshita get the opportunity. He was one of those people that was formerly from New Japan as a young boy, or a young lion, as they would say, who basically worked through the dojo, worked through the camp. So he knows New Japan really well. And for him to get the opportunity to possibly become the IWGP Heavyweight Champion of the world, dude, that would be massive for the fans in Japan. They're not really fond of seeing Jon Moxley, an American, holding the Japan's biggest championship in all of wrestling. So they kind of feel like they want to give it to, if they want to give it to a guy from Japan, this guy could be the one to do it. So yeah, I agree, Michael Bullock, winner, and the man that will someday get a shot at the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Konosuke Takeshita. So Anthony, it's yours.
I'm going with Moxley. I'm going with Jon Moxley, unless the plan is to take care of the Takeshita match on television to kill time before Forbidden Door. My guess is Takeshita is not winning the title, even if he wins this match here. I believe the next title holder will be someone like a Zack Sabre Jr., or maybe just giving it back to the man Moxley defeated for that title in the first place, Tetsuya Naito. So, but I don't know. So I'm going to take a chance and say Moxley wins, but if Takeshita were to win, I would not at all be surprised. Besides, every time we've had these eliminator matches, the champion's always won. I don't think I've ever seen an eliminator match where the potential challenger actually won. Until I see that, I have to go with Moxley for right now. Or would I be surprised if Takeshita won? No. So I got to go with Jon Moxley for this one, guys. Let's move on.
All right, we're going to go a little more quicker now. Timeless Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb for the AEW Women's World Title. It's Toni Storm. I know. There's been a lot of people that's been hoping and praying that Toni loses this belt, but right now she's just too hot, man. She's been playing the cards so damn right. She's one of the best reasons why we watch AEW. For me, the Timeless one just cannot go wrong. Her gimmick is perfect. Everything else, chin up, tits out, watch out for the shoe. That's exactly what's going to happen again. Winner and still AEW Women's World Champion, the Timeless one, Toni Storm. Anthony, it is yours.
As much as I would love to see Serena Deeb win the title, there's no way she's winning this title. Match will be fine, but that's all I can really say about it. So Timeless Toni Storm, still the AEW Women's Champion. Rumor I'm hearing is that Mariah May could be the one to ultimately dethrone Toni Storm down the road, but we'll see. That's just a rumor I heard. Read into that what you will. So Toni Storm, the winner and still AEW Women's World Champion. Michael Bullock, are we going to make it unanimous?
Yes, I'm going to make it unanimous. Timeless Toni Storm retains the AEW Women's World Title, so it's yours, Fletch.
All right, boys, here we go. One of the big fights of the evening. One of the most highly anticipated title matches of the evening. The TBS title on the line. The champion, Willow Nightingale, goes up one-on-one with Mercedes Moné, Anthony Florio. This one, when Mercedes made her debut back in Boston, there was an excitement level. We haven't seen her in the ring. It's always been vignettes, promos, and she hasn't really had any physical altercation. She got jumped one time, got put through a table. Now we finally get to see Mercedes in the ring fighting for a championship. Does she walk out with the gold, or does Willow Nightingale successfully defend the title?
This is too easy. It's Mercedes Moné's first match. You really think they're going to have her lose? No. I don't. This is going to be a great matchup here. Willow obviously beat Mercedes, of course, a year ago to win that New Japan Women's Strong Championship, and injured Mercedes in the process. But for right now, Mercedes has been waiting for this for a year, and I believe the winner and the new TBS champion, the CEO, Mercedes Moné, Michael Bullock. Come on, it's Mercedes' first match. Do you really think you're going to have her lose her first match after waiting 2.5 months to debut her? No.
Yeah, I don't see her. I don't see them having her lose that title, especially like you said, since this is finally her first official match in AEW. I mean, yeah. So there's really nothing more for me to say. Mercedes Moné wins it. So, are we gonna make it unanimous, Fletch?
It is unanimous. Mercedes wins the title. I unless they want to pull the rug out and prolong this as a rivalry. But yeah, I think Mercedes Moné is going to do it. She's going to win the title. I know there's a lot of people that are very, they have not been very kind to AEW because they felt like they fumbled the bag with Mercedes Moné without giving her a proper opportunity. Now she finally gets the match. Now let's see what she does in the ring. Is she good as advertised as everybody says? Or was WWE right not to sign her back to her roster and that maybe it was nothing but a money grab? We'll see. I know there's been quite a few naysayers that's been like that Mercedes has not been much value for AEW at all. So we'll see. All right, next up, well, it's the big one. Anarchy in the Arena. The Elite goes up against Team AEW. Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, and FTR versus the Elite. Kazuchika Okada, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks. Who leads off on this? Is it you, Michael Bullock?
Yeah, I think it's me.
All right, then who you got?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that can happen with this. I mean, this is a tough one for me to call. But look, for me, as a fan, I want to see Team AEW win it and give Okada, the Young Bucks, and especially Jack Perry the comeuppance that they deserve, especially Jack Perry, because a lot of people hate this guy right now. It's with his attitude, and yeah, I don't know. This is tough, but I'm gonna take a chance here, and I'm gonna go with Bryan Danielson, FTR, and Darby Allin. But I would not be surprised if the Young Bucks, using their EVP moves to try to steal this one. So Danielson, FTR, and Darby Allin win. It's yours, Fletch.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong. It's the Elite. The Elite's going to win this match. This is because this is the first battle. You got to give the Elite the advantage. You got to give the Elite the win. Let them think that they're better. Let them think that they're all high and mighty. That that what they're doing is the right thing. They'll get their comeuppance, but it's going to be at blood and guts when they do that War Games level type fight. Right now, this is the first battle. Unfortunately, the Elite's going to win it. Tony Khan's going to take a little bit of going to lick the wound on this one. But trust me, he will come back with a more stronger, more better force than the one he's throwing out right now. To me, this is kind of somewhat of a mismatch, even though it's the right guys. But at the end, I don't think it's going to be enough. You remember, there's always a back and forth battle. Remember when the NWO and WCW started? NWO got the upper hand. And then slowly but surely, WCW got back into the fight and was getting some big victories here and there. So I think right now, this is going to be the Elite's moment. They'll win this match. That's going to prop it up. Then you got Blood and Guts, and that's when AEW comes roaring back and wins, and maybe win the war. But this is the first of many battles between the Elite and AEW. This one's going to go to the Elite. So I got the Elite winning, Anthony Florio.
This one's definitely going to be interesting. All of us having watched Darby Allin know that we can guarantee that madman is going to do something insane. Expect flamethrowers and all kinds of insane weapons tomorrow night. Assuming Tony Khan wants to continue the power struggle storyline post Double or Nothing. I'm sorry, Bullock. I got to go with MF on this one. I think the Elite will win this match, even though I'm with you. I want Team AEW to win this match too.
Oh, agreed. I do too. I want Team AEW to win it.
Yeah, we all do. But you got to go with the Elite in this one. So, but don't worry. They'll get there soon enough. Perhaps it will be Blood and Guts. I don't know. But Elite win reluctantly. So with that, main event time. The main event.
AEW World Title on the line. Swerve Strickland versus Christian Cage. This is easy for me, y'all. It is gonna be Swerve Strickland, man. Whose house?
Swerve's house.
That's exactly how it's gonna be. He wins the match. He successfully defends the title. There's nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Swerve Strickland's road to the AEW World Championship wasn't easy. His title run is not going to be easy either. The champion has a massive target on his back, but it seems pain only makes him stronger. The build-up to Double or Nothing has been extremely personal, but the payoff could be brutal. Swerve walks away with the title after a brutal back-and-forth match with Christian Cage. So winner and still AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Swerve Strickland. Michael Bullock, whose house?
Swerve's house, and that's what it's going to be. It'll be Swerve's house. Winner and still AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland. Nothing more to say. It's yours, Fletch.
Before we get on out of here, we're going to get into the Celtic chat right now. Anthony Florio front and center.
Yes, sir.
Game 3, Eastern Conference Finals, Boston Celtics, Indiana Pacers from Indianapolis. Oh my God. Unbelievable night for the Seas.
Unbelievable night for the Seas. And, well, going into this game, before the game this afternoon, it was announced that the Pacers' star player, Tyrese Halliburton, was going to be a no-go because of a hamstring injury that he suffered in the tail end of game number 2 on Thursday night. But series now shifts to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. And when all was said and done, at one point, the Indiana Pacers had an 18-point lead. But thanks to a furious fourth quarter comeback where the Celtics outscored the Pacers 33-21, the Boston Celtics somehow, some way, despite being down by 18 in this game, found a way to get it done once again, a la game 1, and the Boston Celtics defeated the Indiana Pacers by a final score of 114-111, and the Boston Celtics now lead this Eastern Conference Finals 3-0. Quick check of the box score. Jason Tatum led the way for Boston with a double-double, nearly had a triple-double, but he had 36 points and 10 rebounds, also had 8 assists in the game. Jaylen Brown, another solid game, 24 points on this night. Al Horford, 23 points, 5 rebounds, including 7 out of 12 from three-point range. Drew Holiday, he was doubtful coming into this game. He had a non-COVID illness, but somehow he gave it a go. And he almost had a double-double. He had 14 points and 9 rebounds. Derek White, 13 points. He had 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocks. The bench was completely non-existent. Only Xavier Tillman and Peyton Pritchard 2 points each off the bench, and that's it. Nobody else. For the Indiana Pacers, Andrew Nembhard stepped up big time. 32 points, 9 assists. Pascal Siakam, 22 points, 6 assists. Miles Turner, double-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds. And TJ McConnell, 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists off the bench for the Indiana Pacers. And a quick check of the team numbers. Indiana shot 50.5% from the field. Boston, 47%. What do we always talk about with the Celtics? Over-reliance on three-pointers. 16 out of 46 for almost 35%. Indy was no better. They were 5 of 22 for only 23%. Indiana was a perfect 14 of 14 from the free throw line, 100%. Boston, 20 of 26, about 77% from the line. Rebounding edge, 9-7 offensive rebounds for Indiana, 34-29 defensive rebounds Indiana. Overall, 43-36 rebound edge for Indiana. Indiana also had the assists, 32-24. Steals, that was 7-4 Boston. Listen to this number, guys. Block shots, Boston 12, Indiana 1. Big difference there. Turnovers, Boston only committed 8 turnovers tonight. Indiana committed 11. And Boston scored 20 points off those turnovers. Indiana with 13. 17, 15 fast break points for Boston. Points in the paint, 68-40 in favor of Indiana. Boston committed 18 fouls, including 1 flagrant foul in this game. Indiana committed 21 fouls. Indiana, their largest lead was 18. Boston's largest lead was 9. But somehow, some way, the Boston Celtics defeat the Indiana Pacers 114-111 and now lead this Eastern Conference final 3-0. And the earliest they could close this thing out could be Memorial Day, Monday night in Indiana. So there isn't much more to say. Michael Bullock, come on in. Just like in game one, just like they didn't have any business winning game one, they certainly had no business winning this game tonight. But somehow, some way, they found a way to get it done. And now, in my immortal words, this is a shtick that I usually do with MF. But we're gonna have some fun with it for you, my friend. Here we go. Nothing left for me to say except one more. Your Celtics are 1 away from the NBA Finals, my friend. How you feeling?
Oh man, it's something. I mean, just think a year ago, this team was down 3-0 to the Miami Heat, and they almost pulled off the comeback and lost at home in Game 7. And now here we are, 1 year later. They're up 3-0 on the Indiana Pacers. And in 2 of these games, like you said, they had no business winning this game. I mean, in Game 1, the Pacers had 2 chances to steal a game at the Garden, and they literally threw it away both times. Well, one time Halliburton stepped out of bounds, and Siakam just couldn't handle the pass. And that's when Jaylen Brown hit the 3 to tie the game, and the Celtics took care of business in overtime. But I don't know about you guys, but for Indiana, this one really hurts more. Because you were up 18 points in that third quarter. And you literally had a chance to take a game in this series. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I'm going to ask you this. Did this loss here really break the spirits of the Indiana Pacers? Florio?
I got to say, in a sense, yes.
I agree.
I mean, they had him dead to rights.
2 times. 2 times.
But tonight is special.
Game one, but this one here really hurts more for the Pacers.
You had them down 18. They had you boys down 18
And they had their star player out.
without their star player,
They
Tyrese
did
Halliburton.
not have Halliburton. They didn't have Halliburton in the lineup. Halliburton did not play. And Indiana had Boston dead to rights.
For all intents and purposes, the Pacers should technically be up 2-1 in this series.
No doubt about it. But this has got to really break their spirits. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to affect them physically, but mentally, their spirits have got to be broken so badly. Now the question is, how are they going to be going into this game 4 where their season is on the line? I mean, and we don't know the status of Halliburton going into game 4.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, and here's another question I have for you guys, and I want to bring you in for this one. There were reports, especially by Adrian Wojnarowski, that they said Kristaps Porzingis is targeted for game 4 for his return. The question I have for you guys, and I want to hear this from you guys, if he is ready to go, if the doctors say he's clear to go, should the Celtics play him even though they are up 3-0?
No. I would save him for the NBA Finals. I would not put him out there for any possibility or any chance of a possible re-injury. I would not do it. I would not put him back out there. I would give him the week's rest. The Finals does not start till June 6th. I would not put Porzingis out there. No.
So even if the doctors say that he's clear to go,
I
you
would
say no.
bench him. He would not be either you put him on a minutes restriction or you do not play him at all. I am not risking that opportunity. No.
Now, if they put him on a minutes restriction, Fletch, what do you think the magic number should be?
No more than 15 minutes.
That's where I was going. If they do decide to play him, I think it should only be 10 to 15 minutes.
Because
I think the smart move to me in general, I'm with you, Fletch. I don't think they should play him even if the doctors do clear him, because the thing is, you're up 3-0 in this series. And
you're going to need them more in the NBA Finals than you're going to need them right now.
And the thing is, and the other thing I want to make too, and combined overall with the regular season and the playoffs, they are 32-5 without Kristaps Porzingis. They've shown that they can win without him. It's not like to say that we really don't need him. They still do need him, and here's another point why I think they shouldn't play him. Remember what happened with OG Anunoby in Game 7 when they decided to play him? He only lasted 4 minutes, and then he re-aggravated his injury.
Yep.
I don't think the Celtics want to go down the same route, because you want to have this guy for the NBA Finals.
Yes.
Because that's when you really need him. Whether you end up playing the Dallas Mavericks or somehow, some way, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I say mostly no, don't play him. But if you're going to play him, it should only be 10 to 15 minutes and no more than that. Plain and simple. And I'm going to go on the record as saying this, guys, when it comes to Monday night. I mean, this was the Pacers' chance to steal a game here, and I think they're broken spiritually on this one. And I'll say it right here, right now. I think the Celtics finish them off on Monday night, because I'm sure right now Joe Mazzulla is saying to his guys, let's finish this up right here, right now, on Monday night. Let's not give this team any hope whatsoever. You got them down. Let's keep them down. Get off to a strong start, and let's put these guys away, and then punch our ticket to the NBA Finals. So I say they wrap it up Monday night. What do you say, Fletch?
I can't disagree with it. I really feel like this is Boston's moment to get to the NBA Finals, to finish the job, to do what they have done. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't think there's really any point for them to get back into this. I think they put it away. I think they win the series, and I think they're going to the NBA Finals. So, Anthony, you got final say.
What do you say, Florio?
I would not at all be surprised if Boston were to slam the door. I mean, but it all hinders on Halliburton. We have to see how Tyrese Halliburton.
But the thing is, how are the Pacers gonna come out mentally? Because
of course,
heartbreak.
I mean, letting that 18 choking away that 18-point lead. I mean, yeah, I don't blame you for asking, but
I mean, I think the start is going to be the tell of this, but I think for me, I think you need to take advantage of this. They're heartbroken after blowing this game, and you need to finish it right here, right now, on Monday night.
Yes, indeed.
Get them at their lowest point.
Yep. As I say to MF, and I'm going to say this to you too, Bullock. Monday night, there's only one thing the Celtics need to do, and that is nail the pickle barrel shut. So there's no way those Pacers can get out. So
you got them down. You need to keep them down.
Yep.
That's it. So
we'll find out on Monday night. Ridiculously Raw. Anthony Floyer will have it. Yep. And could we have a celebration? Could we be celebrating Michael Bullock? Could he be jumping up and down like a madman like he did a few years ago when his Boston Bruins went to the Stanley Cup final? Could that epic moment happen again where he gets to celebrate his beloved Boston Celtics punching their ticket to another NBA Finals?
Second in 3 years.
Second in 3 years. And how many would it be overall for them? Like 20?
Good God.
30
We're going to have to check the archives for that one. But
it's going to be a lot. I know it's over 30.
Between them and the Lakers, you know it's a good 30 or so. I mean,
yeah.
But to set the table for, because I want to address this real quick, Ridiculously Raw. We're not going to do a Tony's Take only because we are going to incorporate the Ranger Roundup and the Celtic Chat into the show as well. So what we're going to do, Monday Night Raw as always, the fallout from King and Queen of the Ring, obviously, and the beginning of the road to Clash at the Castle. And then, of course, we'll have the Game 3 edition of the Ranger Roundup, me and UMF, New York Rangers, Florida Panthers. Series tied at 1. Game 3 coming up this afternoon. So somebody's going to go up 2-1. We'll find out who that is. And then the Game 4 edition of the Celtics Chat. Will we be possibly celebrating Michael Bullock's Celtics going back to the finals for the second time in 3 years? Or will we be saying the Pacers forced a Game 5 back to Boston on Wednesday? I don't know. We'll find out. But Raw review, Ranger Roundup, Game 3, Celtic Chat, Game 4. There's your show Monday night. MF, if you want to throw the rest of the content out, feel free. Or if not, just wrap it up. Then
on Wednesday, we will have the recap of the Double or Nothing. We'll have NXT. We'll have AEW Dynamite as well. Then we'll wait and see what the rest of the lineup's going to look like. So until then, for Anthony Floyer, for Michael Bullock, I am Michael Fletcher. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you all on Monday.